Hello, I'm Eric Fernwood. Welcome to another Las Vegas real estate video. In this video, I'm going to give an overview of the investor information that I provide. I call this page the gallery page simply because there is a list of homes on this page. Now, each home is represented in one row. On the left side, the main image which the listing agent uploaded to the MLS. Next is a map, and it's a live map. You can drag it around or change the resolution, giving you a general idea of where the property is located in Las Vegas. Next is a summary column where I provide the basic information on the house, like the price and so forth, and calculated rate of return. You'll notice down here supplemental images. If I've been to the property, then I will have photos as well. Let's take, and the same is true for all the properties that I provide. Now, let's take a peek at the details on this property. This is the same property you saw on the main, or the gallery page, it's just larger. These are, again, maps that you can look at. If you want to have a detailed Google map, then of course you can click the button there. And in many cases, you're going to find that you can just take the little guy here and actually see the property. And here it is. So that's a very convenient way for you to get a quick peek at it. If you want an aerial view of the property, which I find excellent for helping me orient the property and what's immediately behind the property. Looking at the information that's provided, if I've been to the house, then you'll see a link here that says supplemental images. The listing realtor will have taken pictures of the house in order to show its best features. I, on the other hand, am looking for problems. So typically you're going to find 10 or 20 photos, maybe a lot more than that sometimes. But what I'm trying to do is to document the condition of the house. These aren't necessarily beautiful photos, but I believe they do a good job of telling you what the situation is. Like in this case, the carpeting in these areas needs replacement. And you'll see what it's like for the house under, for all the things that I think are going to be problematic. Looking below, supplemental images, and again, this will not be there if I have not seen the house. There's only supplemental images if I've gone there and taken pictures. Walking through the rest of the data, you can see things like days on market. These are all the typical types of things you're going to want to find out about the property. Interior descriptions, exterior descriptions, that sort of stuff, school information. Over on this side, you're going to find observed rehab cost items. Now, the cost items are what I observed. Keep in mind that in most cases, the power utilities are not on. Even if the utilities are on, I do not switch on air conditioners. I don't do anything like that. That's the domain of the property inspector, and I don't attempt to do these things. So the only thing you're going to find here are what I've observed. And these are typically things like it's missing a dryer, a microwave, the interior needs paint, rekeying, refrigerators, carpets, that sort of thing. It's easily observable items. You'll see a notes section down here, and if I see anything unusual or worthwhile, I will put some comments in. Now, these are entered in off of my Android phone, so sometimes the wording is a little terse. If there are costs listed in this notes section, these will be totaled up under miscellaneous expenses. Looking down further, these are the analytics that I calculated based on estimated rent. These do not take into account rehab costs, which is a one-time fixed cost. And these are just more analytics that you're going to find. In this section, you're going to find what is the demographics in this area. And one of the key ones for me is zip code crime risk. 3% of the national average, which is typically how things are represented. It's really hard to give an absolute number of crimes because it really wouldn't be that meaningful. Key locations, this is the distance to the Strip, UNLV, Nellis Air Force Base, and McCarran Airport. These are pretty much the 4 items that most people are going to look at. Below this, you're going to find the raw data for both sales comps and rental comps that I based the calculations on. Okay, that gives you a pretty good idea of the details that I provide on each property. Going back to the gallery page, you'll notice this link up here. On this page, I provide first a link for how I do all the calculations. Here, if you want to download the data on the properties and analyze it using your own spreadsheet or formulas, click this link, right-click this link, save it on your system, and open it with Excel or any other similar type of program. This table represents a summary of the information on the houses. So, you can click the column headers and you can see, you can sort them how you want them. For example, you only want to look at 4-bedroom properties. Here I've sorted it in terms of number of beds. If you want to see what that house actually is, click this link and it'll take you to the property itself. That provides a fairly decent overview. You're going to need to take some time and just look at things, but hopefully that'll give you an idea what you're going to find. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.